Hi guys, I realized I'm such a bad YouTuber. I didn't take out my vlog camera once this whole trip to California. But I do want to like sit down and tell you my thoughts. And yeah, how everything went. But I'll probably wait until I land in Edmonton. And I get checked into the hotel, get cleaned up. And then I can give you guys a full rundown, a recap on my trip, my expectations, and if this trip lived up to those expectations. I was gonna say something else. Oh, yeah, I just feel like I was so much like living in the moment that I didn't even like feel the need to really record. But now, like looking back on it, I wish every single time I pulled out my phone to record something, or I brought out my phone to like take a photo or take a selfie or whatever, that I would have like thought otherwise, and I would have taken out my camera instead to vlog it. Because I have bits and pieces of videos on my phone, but no like actual video documentary of my trip, which I'm bummed about. But all in all, it was still amazing, and I'll go in more depth about what I saw, what I did, my highlights, and all that stuff when I get back into Canada. Okay, talk to you soon. Okay, get ready with me as I get myself ready to enjoy the very last night of my trip, going out in no other than Edmonton, Alberta. My mom booked me a hotel here for the night because I have a layover until I have to go home tomorrow. And I just thought that because I didn't actually vlog any sort of my trip in California, that I would bring you along with me tonight as we get crazy and wild and we take advantage of our very last night of vacation, because I am feeling so sad that I'm no longer in California. But I did want to just talk about my experience and my expectations that I had, and overall like what I thought of Coachella, and is it worth the hype, is it worth the money, and just like solo traveling in general. So I just thought I would get ready and I would talk to you guys about it. So where do I even start? I don't really want to give you like a whole history lesson on why I felt so compelled to go to California, but long story short, I've been obsessed with California for as long as I can remember. I think part of it has to do with my dad living there when he was my age and moving there, picking up everything and just moving to California and living out his dreams for like 4 or 5 years. So I've just felt like very connected to California, and I always thought that I needed to go and I needed to explore on my own. So thankfully I had Erin, a girl, an influencer from Instagram, kind of help me plan my trip and give me all of her most popular recommendations of restaurants and Airbnbs, because literally I hit every stop that I could have wanted to have gone. Like I saw everything that I wanted to see. I feel like I got to see a lot of the jewels and like the hidden gems, I should say, not jewels, the hidden gems of California, like kind of off the beaten path, which was nice because like I don't know, I kind of just wanted to live like a local and see, just like embrace everything that California is, which is sunshine and the ocean and the beach and surfing, and just also, I'm sorry that the lighting is not very good, but if I turn on the other light, the fan's gonna go off and I don't want a noisy fan going. So a little bit about just my experience like solo traveling. All in all, it was a great experience. I rented a car for the first time, which was what I was probably most worried about, was like driving through traffic, because I've heard LA traffic is the worst, and honestly it wasn't that bad. Driving into LA on the Monday was the worst. From Palm Springs it took me about 3.5 hours, and it was pretty like what kind of, I don't know what kind of traffic you call it, like stop and go. I'm just checking my foundation to see if it looks bad. No, it's okay. So the traffic wasn't actually so bad. I don't know. It's like the most beautiful coastline, driving the Pacific Coast Highway, and just, you have your mountains on your left, you have the ocean on the right, you have all the little cute beach towns. It's like, I don't know. You have to honestly see it to believe it, because it feels like out of the dream. So I had that. Just driving around, which is really amazing. I recommend that if you're gonna go to California, you rent a car for sure. And then like San Diego, I thought was amazing. I didn't really get to spend a lot of time there, but I definitely will next time I go. And then Palm Springs and Coachella. I mean, I didn't really know what to expect. Going into it, I am all about putting myself in uncomfortable situations and like challenging myself, but nothing could have prepared me quite for Coachella. I mean, when I got ready and I went the first day, so I stayed in a hotel and I had to grab the shuttle, which was about a 20-minute walk from where I was staying, and then from there it's about a 45-minute bus ride to the actual festival. And then when you get to the festival, it's another 10-minute walk until you get to like the entry. And then once you actually get in, it's just jam-packed. It's crazy busy. You have people walking in every sort of direction, taking pictures, like running around trying to get from stage to stage. So the first night I was there, I was petrified. I felt so overwhelmed. I felt so lost. I felt like I couldn't even really enjoy any of the music, because I just thought people were like looking at me and thought I was such a weirdo for being all by myself, which isn't the case. I wasn't the only person there alone. I found out that other people, you know, I had met along the way were also all going to Coachella by themselves. So I actually met a really nice guy the first night that I was there. He came up to me just before Harry Styles and he asked me what I was doing, if I was alone, and I told him yes. So we ended up hanging out the whole night. We saw Harry Styles together, which was amazing. And just one second. Okay, don't look as crazy. So we hung out the first night, and then the festival didn't end until about, I think, 12:30, we'll say, at night. And then you have to take, you know, an hour bus ride home. And then it's another 20-minute walk from the hotel. And because I was completely by myself, I didn't get home until about 3 a.m. And there were people wandering in the streets and guys like drag racing. So that was kind of scary. That's why I ended up Ubering back to the hotel every night afterwards, because yeah, that was the only really scary part of being by myself, was getting back to my hotels after the festival. So after the first night, Saturday, I woke up early. I got breakfast. I was staying in another hotel, so I had to get myself checked out, checked into the other one. The first hotel I stayed at was not very festival friendly. Like, there just wasn't many people staying there for the festival. It was all an older crowd, which was totally fine. Super nice. And then I ended up staying at a motel for the second and third night, and I met some more people that were there for the festival, which was cool. And then I got to the festival at probably about 5:30, and I actually met some girls all from Vancouver on my second night. I'm going to be sure to incorporate photos so you guys can see kind of what it actually looks like. So yeah, like I said, I met some really amazing girls while I was there, and we just hung out that whole Saturday. And then that guy that I met from the Friday, he joined us, so we were all just hanging out, enjoying ourselves. I ended up getting lost The second night during Billy's performance, I went to go get food, and as I went to go get food, like the crowd just started to overflow and I ended up not being able to find them. So I was exhausted and I went home early because also my feet were hurting. So make sure you're wearing comfortable shoes. That's a really good piece of advice. And then Sunday was the very last day. I hung out at the pool in the morning. I met a girl from Pittsburgh who had gone to the festival to see one performer, and she ended up selling her ticket the second day because she was like, Coachella, it just about wrecked her. It does take everything out of you. It's physically and mentally draining. So Coachella took up about 3 days of my trip, and then Monday morning I got up early and I drove to Santa Monica. I saw the pier, went to Venice Beach, which was awesome. I loved seeing all the skaters and all the people, you know, hanging out on Venice Beach. There's lots of characters, that's for sure. And then that day it was like probably one of my favorite days, just driving the coast. I went to Huntington and I spent the night there, and I went to the pier and I got one of those bonsai bowls, I think that's what it's called. It has like, it's like an acai bowl. So that was really awesome. And then, which day did I go? It must have been Tuesday when I drove the coast. So I saw Laguna Beach. I stayed at, I went to Thousand Steps Beach, which was beautiful. It's like a little cove. It was just so peaceful because I felt like I had the beach all to myself. And then I also saw like Orange County, so I saw like Newport Beach that day. I went to Dana Point. I went to this beautiful park, stopped at this little flower shop, and I definitely like saw everything while I was there. And then I stayed the night in San Clemente, or San Clemente, I think that's what you'd call it. And again, a really small, quiet town. I got dinner on the pier, and then did I go anywhere that night? No, I think I just walked along the pier and I watched the sunset. And then my last day was Wednesday. Yesterday, I went surfing in Coronada, which is a little island off of San Diego, which was probably one of the highlights of my trip as well. Learning to surf was awesome. And then I went back to San Clemente. I drove and got like dinner at a Mexican restaurant where the waiter was super nice. And then I watched the sunset at like this really beautiful surfing beach, and I ran into this girl named Haley while I was there who also works in optometry. And she's originally from a small little town in Northern California, and our birthdays are one day away from each other. She'll be 24 on the 24th of July, and I'll be 24 on the 25th of July. And it was just so funny that everything we were saying, like, she was like my twin, and it was just like, I don't know, I can't explain it. It was just really funny that we had so much in common. And then today, sorry, I sent a text to all my friends that I can do dinner on Saturday, and they're all saying that they can't. I don't know if this is a trick, if they just don't want to see me, but it's been like a long time. Just ask me why. So yeah, then today I got up early, drove to the airport, dropped off my car, and flew to Edmonton. Finishing my trip up in Edmonton, have dinner reservations at 7, just across the street from here. Then I think I'm going to take advantage of the pool. Maybe it closes at 10 and my dinner's at 7, so I don't know if I'm gonna make it in time. But yeah, all in all, it was an amazing trip. It lived up to all of my expectations. I was so, you know, I was very anxious going into it. I just didn't know if it was going to be able to like live up to these expectations that I had been setting for practically my whole life. But It surpassed all those expectations. It's everything that I could have imagined and more. I feel like everybody along my travels that I, had encountered or I met was incredible, and they all like played such an important role in, my trip. And I feel like I made connections and I made little friendships with a lot of people that I hopefully can continue to, will continue to blossom, and I can be able to, like, next time I come to California, be able to actually see these people again. Or if I ever go to Vancouver, I can see Cali and Sydney and Amanda and Kirsten again. So all in all, it was an amazing trip. It was worth every penny. I called my mom today and I was like, I don't even know how much I spent. I don't know. I haven't even looked at my bank account once. I haven't thought about work once. That's when you know it's been a good trip. It's when you have you're so present in the moment. You're not thinking about everything else that's, going on in your life or what you have to do when you get home. You're just really living for that moment. And I think that's what's most important. I didn't feel the need to really like be on my phone. I didn't really feel that. Yes, I shared a lot on my Instagram. I shared a lot on my Snapchat. I was posting a lot. But I felt like I was doing it for me. I wasn't doing it for anyone else. I wasn't doing it to show off. I was doing it just because I wanted to capture these moments that I can look back on one day. So all in all, it was an amazing trip. I'm gonna probably end this clip now so that way you guys don't get too sick of me talking about California. But as much as I want to go back, I would love to move there eventually one day. I also feel like there's just so much in this world to be explored, and there's so many other places that I want to see and I want to go, that I'm so glad I did California, and I can check that off my bucket list now. But I also feel like now I don't know, I'm just very excited for all the other opportunities and the other places that now I can go see. So yeah, I'm just going to enjoy my last night. I'm going to take advantage of this time, get myself a nice dinner, and then who knows, maybe order room service or go down to the pool or whatever. So that's about it. Thank you for listening. I'll talk to you guys soon. Okay, we decided on an outfit. We're wearing this star top that I bought secondhand while I was in New York, originally from Topshop. It's got a few little flaws, a few little tears, but honestly, you can't even tell. And then these jeans are Zara from, I don't know, like 3 years ago that I wear every single day. And then I don't even need to show you my boots. They were just made for this outfit, So I gotta leave in probably the next half an hour. It's like maybe a 3-minute walk from here. I haven't decided what I want to do with my hair. I like it, oh my gosh. I like it slicked back, but it doesn't feel secure enough. I have a lot of flyaways. So, yeah. But let's be real. Hello. I'm in Edmonton, going to a random steakhouse. It's not like I'm going to meet Michael B. Jordan or something. But you just never know who you're gonna run into, so that's why you always want to like be presented as your best. You want to feel good. You want to just, command the room. Command the room. You want all eyes on you, so you just never know who you're gonna run into, I guess. So yeah, I'm gonna fix up my hair. Okay, I just finished at dinner. Headed down to the jacuzzi now. I can't tell if my face is red because of my sunburn, or if it's because of the red wine that I have for dinner. Probably a little bit of both. Okay, I think I just need my wallet. I don't really want to bring my wallet. I'm just gonna bring my debit card because I'm gonna get a snack, I think, on my way up. Oh, dinner was pretty good. I mean, was it worth $60-something? No. But it was my last night. The server was nice. I think about, like working at Earl's. What I was trying to say was, I think about working at Earl's and how, you know, exhausting it is, how this is sometimes people's like livelihood, working and serving. Oh my gosh, it got really dark. So it's important that when you go out to eat, you think about the tip, and if you can't afford to give a good tip, even if the service isn't great, that you are still paying for a tip. It's so important. Okay, I gotta go. Take you down to the pool. Okay, I'm in the pool. Well, it's like 9:30. I'm getting tired. It's almost ready for bed. I spent like thinking of some family from Calgary, Edmonton. We were just hanging out. The 5-year-old little girl asked if she could sit on my lap in the jacuzzi, but yeah. Okay, so I'm back from the pool. I stopped off at the vending machine to get a few snacks, like a Coke and a Twix. That was a struggle though, having to work the vending machine. It wasn't taking any of my cash. I never drink pot. But to end today's video, I just want to talk about some of the biggest life lessons that I've learned. I don't know if it's just from traveling or just some of my biggest life lessons in general that I feel like I've learned within the last year living on my own and stuff. Number one is, so I'm getting myself like comfortable and ready for bed. The first life lesson is, this is probably the biggest one, so listen up. The kind of energy that you put out, I feel like I've mentioned this on my channel before, the kind of energy that you put out into the universe is the kind of energy that you're going to receive. For example, I don't know, just a lot of the nice conversations that I've had with people have been, you know, because I haven't been afraid to start a conversation, because I haven't been afraid to just be the first person to say hello, how are you, where are you from? And I feel like a lot of the people that I met in California live like that way. Like they are just, maybe they're just more used to having tourists come from all over, so it's just more of a natural thing for them to be. I just feel like they're a little bit more extroverted there, a little bit more, I don't know. They just aren't afraid to ask questions. Okay, I'm just gonna put on my top, 1 second. Another life lesson, I didn't write these down. So number one is just the kind of energy that you put out into the world is the kind of energy that you're going to receive, okay? So saying yes to certain opportunities, are gonna, you know, that's gonna help to open lots of doors for you. What else? What's another life lesson that I've learned? I don't know, like, try not to, like, living in the present moment is the best thing that you can possibly do. Obviously, there's times where we need to plan for the future, and in order for us to be able to sustain the sort of lifestyles that we live, you know, if I want to continue living in Toronto, if I want to continue going out for dinners with my friends, if I want to continue going for concerts and traveling, then there's a level of security there, and there's a level of planning that goes into like sustaining that lifestyle and planning for the future. But what I mean by living more in the present moment, it's like not feeling the need to record everything. Here I am recording on my vlogging camera, but that's different. And yeah, living more in the present moment, not living so much in the past, not like feeling resentful and not feeling like, I don't know, that you've made the wrong decision, because every decision that you've made has led you up to this point. Another takeaway. Living in the present moment. The kind of energy that you put out into the universe is the kind of energy that you're going to receive. I would also say just being your own biggest supporter. Like, you can have people telling you that you're the most awesome person in the whole entire world, that you're beautiful, that you're smart, that you're this, that you're that. But until you actually really believe it deep down, you're really not going to feel that. You're really not going to connect with that, and you're not going to feel that it's necessarily true. Vice versa, if you have people telling that you suck, that you are the worst, that you aren't smart, that you aren't beautiful, if you're not worth it, blah, 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 then that also is going to play a role in your self-doubt and negative self-talk and not feeling like you have that potential or that you're good enough. So being your real biggest supporter in life, and because at the end of the day, we come into this world alone. I mean, a lot of us have our parents there, but we come into this world alone and we die alone. So we really need to be able to harness, really take care of ourselves. You know, like, treat yourself like a child. Like, give yourselves grace and really, like, hold on to that inner child. You know, like, embrace the playfulness. Just have fun in life. Do the things that you love to do. If that's being creative, if that's, I don't know, going outside and playing, if that's just being one with nature, just really be one with that inner child. I think that is so important, because as you get older, you know, you see things in the world, you learn things, you witness things, and it doesn't become as... When you're young, you always say that you want to grow up, right? And then when you grow up, you're like, this sucks. I don't want to be an adult. I don't want to pay bills. I don't want to have to get a real job. I don't want to have to do all that. So really protect that child, that inner child. I think that's important too. I think that's pretty much it. All my takeaways, they're all over the place. But yes, if I have one piece of advice, it's solo traveling. I know I haven't really done a lot of solo traveling, and California was like my first real taste of solo traveling, and it's pretty, I mean, like, it was in the United States of America. They speak English there. It's not like I was on the other side of the world where they don't speak English. That would have been much harder. But I have to give myself some sort of recognition and like some sort of pat on the back for being able to do that. People were giving me props all along the way, and just like really proud of what I was able to accomplish while being away. I'm really proud of myself, and I learned lots, and I'm very happy. That's all. That's how I'm going to conclude this video. So thank you for watching. I'm sorry, I'm going to try to include some Coachella stuff and like California stuff into the video. Before I got rudely cut off, I just wanted to say thank you for watching. I apologize for not being as active on here, and hopefully I'll have a video posted in the next little while. Probably a thrifting video of some kind, because I really miss thrifting and getting out there, and I just want to share all the awesome stuff that I find. But yeah, I love you, and have a good night or day, whatever time it is, wherever you are.